Because when I found this truth, guess what happened? I put my birthday away. When I found this truth, I put the drugs away. When I found this truth, I quit whoring my sisters. When I found this truth, I started becoming a better man and a better person. Because now I know I'm on that narrow path. Now I know I'm on a righteous path. Now I know what I'm doing is going to get me somewhere.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They turn their head over, nigga. I read what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, it's an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, I ain't listening, is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jacob. So I war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. As who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand it. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young gay. How you real tricking on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raise up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody won't be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he won't, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow sign, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
I got you. Let it ride real quick. Look. See the eyes.
It's time to bogart. My God, a real nigga. Cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, but tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls if you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fierce taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Java, come on, man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evans to a mall quad. Telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas we bear arms like tarantulas. Them mother niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Make my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty to handle. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they want, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine in, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I did it, nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, up to solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried. I got rank for it, I got real soldiers, kill folk, and nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the skin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney sweets. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Oh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. You PK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that econ line into a damn tank. I got choppers stash in the attic like they Air Frank. They had that shit on lock until I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See, I'm throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine in. I ain't show no mercy. Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary. It's all about that warfare, boy. Back up, It's all about that warfare, boy. Take breath. My soldiers take breath till I'm stand down. Take breath. My soldiers take breath till I'm stand down. Take breath. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We will not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem? Tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour pass. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just sit the prayer up to the Lord. I told him, then let all the terrorists loose. Hold your tongue or get rebuked, cause you made a truce. With a race that made merchandise out of my abuse. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas start to argue, it's about who gon' bite the bullet. It gon' take round. Opponents better move slow. Attack dog for this truth. Nigga, cool zone. Go to grip. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give grip. Back up. Give grip. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pay dearly. You should've used your common sense. My zeal lit, that means you could never prevail. Hey, with a true sin, hey, where warriors dwell. Be wise with the weapons, cause I promise. My nine just like my wife, she concealed, she modest. I know 2 things, a robber will not prosper. And any man harm me and my aunt gon' meet the doctor. Cause this life is warfare, it's not an easy walk. Been watching my people die, so you can miss me with that love talk. My UPK soldiers, any man try to cross your path, make him regret what that means. Fall on his age. Comparing me to you really ain't no contest. Lonely one west. Say what? Lonely one west. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for. Tell them back up. I'm about to drop something heavy for. Go to grip. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give grip. Back up. Give grip. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down.
You live?
All right, let's clap it up. All right. Hey, Shalom Israel. We the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Today is the Monday. Damn right. It's the Monday history class. You know what I mean? Where we teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the history that your oppressor so desperately needs to hide from you. Because if only you had known the records of the evil things that he's done to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and if only you had known your records, then it would expose the devil that he is. I mean, so he fights tooth and nail to hide your history. That's why you see in you know what I mean? They covered the face of Christ. They made him a white man. You Google Jesus Christ right now, and it's gonna be a page full of white men. You know what I mean? Even though Christ is depicted in Revelation, the first chapter? Revelation, the first chapter, Christ is depicted as a black man. You know what I mean? His great grandfather, Solomon, You know what I mean, was depicted as a black man. I mean, and so that's why they cover. That's why they make Christ a white man. That's why they cover the headstones. They remove the headstones of the you know what I mean, the brothers and sisters that fought in America's military. You know what I mean, they try to cover the history of the Tuskegee Airmen. They cover the history of the Harlem Hellfighters. They cover the history of the what's it called, the Native American code talkers. You know what I mean, or the wind talk. I think what was it, the wind talkers or the what was it? But that's why they do those things. That's why they remove your history. Because if only you had known who you are and the things that you've done in this country and the things that your oppressor and how cruel they treated you after you served this country, like they did to that brother Isaac Woodard. You know what I mean? He was a 20-something-year-old. He was a 20-something-year-old sergeant, and he had just got done fighting in, I believe, World War II. And on his way back from, I believe it was or on his way back to, I think, North Carolina, where he was from. You know what I mean, he was on a bus, and the bus driver wanted to humiliate him and have him, you know what I mean, use the bathroom outside like a dog when he was at a bus stop. He could have just used the bathroom at the bus stop. You know what I mean? But that bus driver wanted to humiliate him and dehumanize him. You know what I mean? And to the point where he called the police, he called some sheriffs, and two sheriffs came and beat him till he was blind.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right after he had just got done fighting for this country. The last thing he saw was warfare. The last thing he saw was his brothers die. The last thing he saw was, you know what I mean, bloodshed and you know what I mean, sleepless nights and violence, and you know what I mean, a country that he wasn't familiar with. You know what I mean? Like Ali said, he said his oppressor ain't over in Korea nowhere. His oppressor ain't overseas nowhere. His oppressor right here. You know what I mean? When he want freedom, when he want justice, it's the white man standing in front of him denying him his justice.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he went over to that strange country, you know what I mean, and came back. And when he came back to the place that was supposed to be his home, the place that he went and fought for, that he saw his family, that he saw his you know what I mean, his fellow soldiers die for, you know what I mean? He came back here and got treated with more oppressor. You know what I mean? And got beaten blind. And that's why your oppressor removes the history. They gotta try to cover up the history and hide the history and change the history. Because if you just knew your history, then you would know what kind of cruel bastard that your oppressor is. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, most high Christ, that what we don't understand about this Bible is that this is a history book right here. This right here. You know what I mean? And the Bible is timeless. You know what I mean? The Bible is the things that you see in that Bible, it's things that you see today happening. You know what I mean? Past, present, and future. You know what I mean? You see things that happened thousands of years ago. You see things happening right now. You know what I mean? There's nothing, like the scriptures say, there's nothing new under the sun. You know what I mean? Everything that you see in the Bible is things that's happening right now. That's why you can apply it and see that's why you can apply everything that you see there in you know what I mean, today's time. And like the priest just said, it's also prophesies the future. You know what I mean? So, which is exactly why what we about to get into tonight, you know what I mean, is not, you know what I mean, we about to go into a couple articles, but the things that we about to read, it happened within about a week. You know what I mean? Within the last week or last 2 or 3 days. But this is history that we about to read. This is not only American history, because the cruelty and the violence that you about to see today, or we about to read about today, we about to talk about today. Not only is it the backbone and the foundation of America, but it's what they've always done, and it's ancient history. We're about to see the same things in the Bible. Let me get Salakia. Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 50 real quick. Because what we don't understand is, first of all, the reason why we even going through the things that we going through, the reason why we got to see the things and the violence that we see in America today is because, you know what I mean, because we're a cursed people and we're supposed to be in rulership, but we chose to follow after our oppressor. We chose to, you know what I mean, we chose their lifestyle and their ways, you know what I mean? And the Most High said, if we follow our law, statutes, and commandments, that then we will be in rulership. You know what I mean? But if we don't follow our law, statutes, and commandments, then we will be cursed. We'll suffer all these curses. You know what I mean, in Deuteronomy 28 and 15 through 68, it talks about all the curses that not only we suffered then, you know what I mean, after we was given these laws, statutes, and commandments to follow, but we see all of these curses we still suffer to this day. If you could just read what you got. Con.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard.
Oh, so like your 49. Yeah. 49 no.
It's the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 49.
Oh, slack it. 48. Slack it.
48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and which shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
See, this is what we understand about our oppressor. Well, we starting to, thanks to, you know what I mean, the Most High revealing the truth, revealing these records since 1969 in the ISUPK. You know what I mean? Since we've been teaching the truth according to the Bible to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you starting to see all over the place, all over social media, all over the internet, all over, you know what I mean? Brothers and sisters are starting to wake up, you know what I mean, and see that our oppressor is the devil. We starting to see it, that this nation of fierce countenance is coming from afar and putting this yoke of iron upon our necks and destroying us. You know what I mean, we starting to recognize it, that your oppressor is the devil. You know what I mean? And then as we start to recognize it, your oppressor is becoming more and more of a devil. Like they used to, you know what I mean, do things covertly. They used to we're not gonna say nigga. We just gonna say, oh, we not hiring. You know what I mean? We not gonna call them the N-word, but we are gonna redline them out of we're gonna tell them to pull themselves up by the bootstraps and then redline them from being able to buy property and houses and things like that. We're not gonna call them, you know what I mean? We're not gonna be overtly racist to them, but we are gonna make sure that they're not allowed to get any loans or anything in their neighborhoods, and then we're gonna place other nations into their neighborhoods to be able to open businesses. That's why whenever you look around in the hood, you see everybody asking where all the black businesses is at. Like we gotta support black businesses. Why do we gotta do that? Why do we gotta say support black businesses? Because the black businesses are very hard to find. But you know it's not hard to find? The Korean nail shop. Well, you know it's not hard to find? The you know what I mean, the African nail salon. It's not hard to find the Chinese chicken joint, even though, I mean, black people know chicken. Black people know fried chicken better than any other nation. You know what I mean? Chinese people don't eat fried. They eat octopus and squid and possum. And I saw a Chinese couple cooking rabbit and turtle in the same pot. They was cooking rabbit, turtle, possum stew and eating it clean off the bone. Like they don't even fillet it. They don't even cut it down. Not saying that that'll make it lawful. It's still unclean, but they just boil it and cook it and fry it whole and then just eat it off the carcass. You know what I mean? That's what they know. They know eating live octopus. You know what I mean? I saw another instance where, you know what I mean, a Chinese man was pouring hot sauce on a live octopus and shaking it up and eating it alive. You know what I mean? That's what they know. But we know Judite food. We know Black, Hispanic, and Native American food. Yet and still, you'll see, you know what I mean? You don't see no black, you hardly see black-owned businesses, but you'll see a Chinese chicken joint up the street. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's absolutely insane. So we know we starting to wise up as brothers and sisters get as brothers get raised up, you know what I mean, as brothers and sisters and they families come up in here and you know what I mean, separate from our oppressors and what they taught us and we start to put on our own culture. We starting to wise up who your oppressor is as they still, you know what I mean, hanging us and you know what I mean, they hanging us and lynching us and assassinating us and doing all these terrible things to us. We starting to wake up and see that our oppressor is in fact the devil that the Bible speaks of, that he's always been. But what you got to understand is, oh, Slacky, what you got?
Yeah, it's like I was happy what you were saying. It's based on the them Asians. You saying that they cooking chicken, they doing all them things, right? This is crazy because like they got the business, they get the opportunity to get the business, they get the license. When you get a business, you get a building, everything got to go through a code. And we all been through Asian a hole in the wall. You sure they should be filling the codes.
Come.
And then we try to get a building, and we gotta go through the whole shebang. We can't get approved for a code. We gotta get this fixed. The electric gotta get fixed. The plumbing gotta get fixed. We got a fire extinguisher at every door. You gotta have the exit lights at every door. And you go to an Asian restaurant, they have any of that shit, any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like
No, you right. They dragging coyotes from behind the dumpster. I saw another instance where a brother, you know what I mean, he ran up on the Chinese restaurant and he saw them. They had cats and dogs vacuum sealed in the back of the restaurant. And bro was like, "What is this? What you doing?" And they was trying to like, no cameras, no cameras. But they like, nah, like y'all out here wilding. Like y'all got I saw another one where the brother caught the Chinese restaurant. They was grabbing pigeons from, you know what I mean, dead pigeons and things like that from behind the dumpster. You know what I mean? That's where they getting it. When you go to that Chinese restaurant, that's where they getting your food from. They getting your food from behind the dumpster. Whatever they're faster than, that's dinner. And if you decide to go and dine with them, that's your dinner. Whatever they was able to catch up to that day. I mean, in Florida, they eating iguana tacos. You know what I mean? But that's what these other nations is doing. Meanwhile, like the brother said, I mean, the Black, Hispanic, and Native American try to open a clean restaurant, a place of business for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to be able to, you know what I mean, eat and be safe, not have to worry about if the food is coming out the trash or not. You know what I mean? Then they trying to make sure you stay shut down. They trying to shut you down and make sure you following all these. They take you through the whole rigmarole. You know what I mean? Well, we starting to wise up as Black people. We starting to wise up and see that your oppressor is the devil. You know what I mean? Not every brother and sister, especially in the world, not every brother and sister is there yet. But one thing that we do see that's obvious is that your oppressor is the devil. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, though. This is what your oppressor don't understand. That the white man is the devil. That's what they don't understand. Black people starting to understand it, but white people aren't. White people are starting to understand it. They're starting to see it and realize the white man is the devil. You know what I mean? We about to read it in a second. Go ahead, read on. You pull that StreamYard tab over so you ain't got to go back and forth. Yeah, just no. Just go up top to the tab. Yeah, and just click it and drag it over. Yeah, pull it over so you can see both. Yeah. If you drag it straight to the side.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as an eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
And this is what happened to Black people. This is what happened to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans alike. We've seen this part where a nation of fierce countenance, a cruel nation, you know what I mean, has swept through Black, Hispanic, and Native American lands wherever we was living at that time and stolen us and taken us to a strange land that we didn't know. You know what I mean? oppressed by people whose language we didn't understand, and they violated us as in the cruelest ways that we don't even consider. Like, oh my God, we think it's bad when, you know what I mean, when somebody sell drugs to your mama, you know what I mean, a brother, a sister sell drugs to your mama, you know what I mean, or rob your best friend. Your oppressor is eating babies. They skinning them and taking the face off of the baby and wearing their face and scaring the baby until it, you know what I mean, it either loses life from loss of blood or just shock of, you know what I mean, the cruelty of your oppressor, and then they're eating the baby and describing the flavor of the baby's flesh. That's the cruelty. That's the level of cruelty that your oppressor go to. But I mean, we don't understand those levels of cruelty, but we understand how cruel your oppressor can be. But one thing your oppressors starting to learn now is how cruel they are to each other. And if only they would just surrender, which of course they're not going to do, because they're an arrogant nation, and they are a cruel nation. Right. I mean, so they're not going to surrender. But if only they would, in a perfect world, if they would just surrender their, you know what I mean, their what they think is their authority, if they would just surrender to the Lord and move aside so blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans can rule, then they would be saved from themselves. I mean, like we know that we need to be saved from our oppressor, but your oppressor needs to be saved from their oppressor, which is them. They are the number one oppressor, not only to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but they are the number one oppressor to white people. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Oh, please, please.
If I could, like what you're saying, so heavy too, because like they're the white man is the number one molester on the planet.
God.
He's molesting his own children. He's molesting his children as and they grow up to be molesters.
God.
So like you said, like he's literally oppressing his own lineage. Like he's oppressing his seed from, but we know, like the Bible said, they was estranged from the womb. So, it's already in them to do that, but they just, he's just the devil. Like,
no, what you're saying is absolutely correct. If you could just get hold that and get what I sent you in email? In the email, yeah, the most recent one I sent you. It should be labeled. You should know exactly what it is based on the label. I forget what I sent. Yeah, no, that's it right there. That's it right there. If you could just to the war's point, read that title, Baba Kasha.
This is the title of this article is "White Man Sexual Assault is Our Problem, and It's Time to Acknowledge It."
Damn. So the white man knows that he's the devil, because it's saying white men sexual assault is our problem, meaning this is a white man telling other white men, pleading with other white men that sexual assault. They try to make it seem like the Native Americans and the Hispanics and black people are the predators. Ain't that what Donald Trump's campaign was all about? We got to get these super predators out. You know what I mean? Whether it's the Venezuelans or the Haitians or the Mexicans, he said that we got to get these super predators out there. They're almost did a Donald Trump impression, but they eating the dogs and the cats. You know what I mean? They super predators. They coming over here and they're doing all the sexual assault, right? They, you know what I mean? They doing all this evil. You know what I mean? But but they saying that like his whole campaign was how all the children of God are the problem in this country. But this white man is like, no, sexual assault is a white man's problem. It's a white man's game, please.
If I could too, and like even more to your point, like him, like Donald Trump saying that, and him appearing, his name being on the Epstein files more than the Lord's name is in the Bible, just shows you how much of a devil he is. Like, he literally deceived you and said, yeah, we got to get predators. Meanwhile, he's the biggest predator. He's on an island molesting children and drinking blood and sticking his hand up little babies' boxes.
God. Please go ahead.
Like, I mean, as heck, because he definitely know he's the devil. I mean, it was an interview. It was an interview that asked him like what him and his daughter have in common. He said they have sexual deviance in common. They asked him would he have sex with his daughter. This man had the audacity to say yes. He would have sex with his daughter.
I mean, if that's not if that's not the first clue, you know what I mean, then I don't know what is. This man talking about sleeping with his child. Like, just casually. He's just like, oh my God.
If I could too, like, you know, if we even said something remotely like that, they would be trying to remove us from office.
Right.
We like, even we know Obama ain't our people, but if Obama had to like act like he was the best man on the earth. Like, if he would have said something like that, they would have took him out of office. Like, he said something about his daughter, like, yeah, I would sleep with my daughter. He would have been impeached.
Right. You can't even work at Chick-fil-A or Waffle House or something. You can't work at McDonald's. Yeah. You gotta go somewhere else. You could be anywhere but here. But Donald Trump can be the president of the United States and he is the registry. Like, they call it the Epstein files, but they call it the Epstein files, but it's really the Trump files. Like, Trump is the star, just like, you know what I mean, the Most High and Christ is the star of the Bible. Just like, you know what I mean, Christ is the star of the work of the Lord. Donald Trump is the star of the Epstein files. You know what I mean? But he's your president. And that's what you need to be saved from, white people. You know what I mean? Black people, we already got a savior. You know what I mean? We already got somebody who's going to save blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans from our oppression. But you need a savior. You know what I mean? You need to be saved. You need to be saved from the oppression of you. The devil needs to be saved from the devil. You know what I mean? Go ahead and read a little bit more of this article. Get some of these stats. They love stats. You know what I mean? White people love stats. They say you 13% of the population, but you commit over 50% of the crimes. And they love to say that and ignore all the exonerations and false arrests. They love to ignore, you know what I mean? They don't count mass you know what I mean? They don't count genocide. They don't count colonization in those numbers when they say we commit most of the violent crimes. They don't count, you know what I mean, the Willie Lynch letters and their tactics and how they, you know what I mean, violated us. They don't count the civil rights movement. They don't count you know what I mean, Jim Crow. They don't count you know what I mean, the transatlantic slave trade. How could I forget? You know what I mean? They don't count any of those things. But when Christopher Columbus came over here and, you know what I mean, I think the first voyage, he took a couple thousand with him, and only like 200, only a couple hundred survived. Like, he took like 3,000 to 5,000 with him, and only like 500 made the trip. You know what I mean? Which is where you get insurance from. You know what I mean? But they don't count any of those things in those stats. When they say you are 13% of the crime or 13% of the population, but commit 50% of the crime, they don't count any of those stats. If they counted the millions and trillions of people and, you know what I mean, lives that they've taken, you know what I mean, they don't count the trafficking that goes on the reservations. They don't even consider that. The reservation doesn't even exist to your oppressor. But if they added up all those numbers, we would be a drop in the ocean compared to, you know what I mean, in the ocean of the crime that's committed here in America, let alone any other, you know what I mean, in Europe, in Asia, in you know what I mean, in Australia, in Canada, you know what I mean. But Slacky, go ahead. And Salakia, if it's anything notable, we got our white friend, a Hammer. We you should tune in. We about to we I want I You think that we hate white people? You know what I mean? We think that we teach that salvation is only for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We about to show you that salvation is for white people. You ready, A Hammer? We about to show you how salvation is for white people and how God loves white people. Go ahead. Go ahead. Read what we're gonna find out how much God loves white people. Go ahead.
The name of the article is "White Man's Sexual Assault is a Problem, is Our Problem, and It's Time to Acknowledge It."
Mm-hmm.
Fellow white males, sexual assault and harassment is our problem.
Fellow white males. See, white people know what problem they got, what deviancy they got. And they're trying to let you know. So that you can be free from yourself. You could be free from the captivity that you have put yourself in. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
We have to acknowledge the damage we are doing to society. We've got to own the idea that an attempt to stop it starts with us.
It starts where?
With us.
See, Donald Trump is trying to start with, you know what I mean? Donald Trump is trying to start with antagonizing and persecuting and harassing the Hispanics and black people and Native Americans. That's where everybody starts. You know what I mean? They want to start with trying to persecute and mass incarcerate blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But if you really want to change, if you really want to be free, if you really want the salvation of the Lord, you got to start with white people. That's how you get it, white people. That's how you get it, A Hammer. If you want salvation, you got to start with white people. You got to start with that uncle that used to sneak into your bedroom at night and introduce you to you know what I mean, all of these sexual, you know what I mean, these sexual activities that you probably still partake in to this day. You know what I mean? All of the sexual perversion that you have, A Hammer, you know what I mean? The sexual lust that you have and the weird practices that you have, you know what I mean? You wonder why you attracted to men. A Hammer. You wonder, you struggle with it. You struggle with why you are attracted to a man. And you know it's wrong and you just don't understand it. This is why, because your uncle used to sneak into your room and you know what I mean, and touch you in places that you didn't, you know what I mean, that he shouldn't have been touching. And he introduced you to a lifestyle that he shouldn't have introduced you to. You know what I mean, a lot of these fathers, we're gonna get oh my God. What did Tim Tebow say? He said, I mean, the number one leading child molesters child molestation happens in white homes. It happens within the homes. And it's the father, the water. You wanted to say something else?
Oh no, it's like I think he's also saying pornography too, child pornography.
All of that.
All of that, right?
I mean, the ones that's the judges and the police and the you know what I mean, the judges and the police and the lawyers that's locking up blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you know what I mean, the lawyers that are making sure, the prosecutors that are making sure blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans get football numbers, and the judges that's banking that gavel and making sure you get them football numbers. You know what I mean? They are the ones that are being found with the child sexual content on their hard drives. You know what I mean? So if you ever wondered why your uncle had to do that to you, then that's your answer right there. It's because it's woven in your DNA to be a sexual deviant. And the ones that are supposed to give and provide justice are the ones who are doing the most sexual deviancy. They're the ones. Don't believe me? I mean, all you got to do is use you got a supercomputer in your pocket all day. You know what I mean, you walk around with a supercomputer in your pocket all day and you just scroll on social media and watch whatever pops up and, you know what I mean, do all sorts of nonsense. Who knows what you're doing on that phone of yours? But, you know what I mean? You got the supercomputer in your pocket. Don't you use that supercomputer in your pocket for something other than, you know what I mean, all the weird, wicked thing that you want to do. You use that supercomputer in your pocket to find out who the devil is and who you need to be saved from. You can use that supercomputer in your pocket to find out what these judges that are giving out football numbers, why are these judges resigning? You know what I mean? Why are they resigning before their time? Why are they, you know what I mean, after they give you football numbers, why are they resigning? You know what I mean? You can find out why are these Christian churches closing? You know what I mean, why these super churches are closing down? Why are they you know what I mean, resigning and then going to a different Catholic church and doing the exact same thing they've always done? I mean, go ahead, read the rest of that.
Oh, come. Trust me, I know a lot of you have already stopped reading just because of those first three sentences.
Hey, one thing about white people is they know white people. They know who the devil is. And he's exactly right. He said, I know most of y'all stopped reading this because of the first three sentences. Because no matter what, white people are never the problem. You're the problem. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are always the problem when it comes to white problems. But this is something that you can't shake. You know what I mean? See, there was no Black, Hispanic, and Native American who was in that room when your uncle touched you, when your father had his way with you. There was no Black, Hispanic, and Native American in that dark room when that terrible thing was happening to you, when your auntie introduced you to sex. Please.
If I could too, like what you said was a real heavy thing. Like they're never the problem. We're always the problem. Like in that spirit, and I'm gonna have to get clarity on it, but that spirit has been in them before they were even them. Because like Cain's problem with Abel,
God.
like his problem was that he just brought an acceptable offering to the Lord, and you came with some bullshit. Like Esau's problem with Jacob, like they always it's the same spirit. Like the problem is never them. Like you gave up your birthright.
God.
You did. You're the one doing it. Like you're the one doing something. You're the problem to yourself.
Right.
But you're blaming the problem on Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. That's just a heavy. Like you just made me think about that. It's a lot.
Right. Now give him a hand. See, we trying to save you, white people. You think that we so cruel, and we you think that we hate white people. You think that we trying to keep all the salvation for ourselves, huh? We're trying to save you. The Lord is trying to save you right now and letting you know that the white man is the devil. Because if you knew that the white man was the devil, then you could be safe from yourself. You know what I mean, you can understand where your problems are coming from, but you focused on black people. I mean, why don't you just leave black people alone? I mean, leave black people alone and go and talk to your uncle and find out what his problem is. Why he couldn't just keep his hands to himself. You know what I mean? That's the reason why you became a police officer in the first place. You know what I mean? If it wasn't sexual abuse, it was physical abuse. Your uncles and you know what I mean, your uncles and your fathers and all of that, you know what I mean, they just couldn't keep their hands off you. They couldn't keep their hands to themselves. And if it wasn't sexual abuse, they were beating you. You know what I mean? They were trying to drown you in a tub. They were family annihilators. You know what I mean? That's what they was doing. And there was no Black, Hispanic, and Native American there to blame. I mean, so if you really want salvation, if you really want salvation, A Hammer, then you should start at home. Read that start from the top of that paragraph again, Baba Shah.
Oh, God. Trust me, I know a lot of you have already stopped reading just because of those first three sentences.
I know A Hammer, he probably didn't cut out. Once we start to ask A Hammer questions about how evil and disgusting his father was and how evil and disgusting he is. I mean, because I'm sure you got nephews and sons. Lord forbid. I pray for the safety of all people on the earth. I pray that you have no family. I pray that you don't have a wife. I pray that you don't have kids. I pray that you don't have siblings. I pray that you don't have nieces and nephews, because if you do, then we know statistically, we're going to get the statistics. Go ahead, keep on. But I know statistically that they are not safe in any shape, form, or fashion. And that's because of the statistics, y'all habits. You know what I mean? Go ahead, please. Huh? Good night. Yeah. If A Hammer got children, if he got nieces and nephews, them children are going to be hammered by a hammer. You know what I mean, I pray you understand. But for the sake of those, for the sake of those children, I pray that you don't have children. For the sake of your nieces and nephews, I pray that you don't have nieces and nephews, because that's the only way that white people will be safe from white people. That's the only way. If you don't exist, go ahead. Oh yeah, keep reading.
Come. My message to you: are you part of the problem? So get the hell out of the way if you don't want to acknowledge the issue.
That's crazy. Your oppressor knows that your oppressor, like the ward just said, like they never think that they're the problem. And your oppressor knows that. The devil that wrote this article, he said if the only alternative that he could give is, all right, I mean, you should, if you're not going to acknowledge the problem, just get out of the way. Just get the hell out of the way. You know what I mean? Because he knows that a devil will never acknowledge that he's the devil. He's always going to find somebody to blame. And what better scapegoat than the people that he's mass incarcerating, that the people that he's mass deporting and harassing and destroying and you know what I mean, they can just unalive and hang from a tree and they can rule it a suicide. You know what I mean, go ahead to the next paragraph. And this paragraph is gonna show you why we know that A Hammer is 100% a sexual deviant. He's 100% got his hands on his niece or nephew, or some poor child out there is catching hell from A Hammer. And this is how we know that for sure. Go ahead.
According to RAIN, it stands for Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, in the Bureau of Justice, 57% of all sexual violence perpetrators are white and 90% are male.
How many are male?
99%.
99%. Ain't that what they put on the Lysol bottle? They said it kills 99.9% of germs.
Right.
That's a lot. I don't know if you know math, A Hammer, but 99%, that's almost all of them. You know what I mean? It don't get much higher than 99%. So, you know what I mean, I would take a good look at, I would find a mirror. I would find a mirror and take a good look at your family. You know what I mean? I would look at you and find out, you know what I mean? I would if you can't, because of course, you know what I mean, your oppressor is estranged from the womb, and he is wicked as soon as he be born. You know what I mean? So if you can't keep your hands off them nieces and nephews of yours, then you should just separate from your nieces and nephews. Y'all can't be together. You know what I mean? And if only your mother, your father had known this, then they could have spared you from the abuse that you suffered. You know what I mean? But your oppressor don't have an accountable bone in their body. So they're going to abuse one another. They're gonna sexually violate one another, and then they're gonna be like, man, we gotta find out what we're gonna do about these black people. That's what your oppressor is gonna do. Is it we go into the next paragraph.
Come. The list of powerful white men face sexual assault or harassment accusations seems to keep growing every single day.
Damn.
Harvey Weinstein, Al Franken, Kevin Spacey, Roy Moore, James Toback, Roger Ailes, Bill O'Reilly, and even the President Donald Trump.
You say even the President Donald Trump. He should have said especially the President Donald Trump. Yeah, you're going to, and it's crazy. Like this shows you what this should show you, A Hammer, is when your people get power, they just want, you see what they want to do when they get power. You know what I mean? When they get power, when they get money, when they get freedom, you know what I mean? Black people, we just want to dwell in tents. I mean, it shows you that in the Bible when it talks about how different Jacob and Esau was. Esau was, you know what I mean, a wild man. You know what I mean? He wanted to go in what did it say? He wanted He was a hunter. You know what I mean? He wanted to go out and hunt and kill, and you know what I mean? He was a man of the field. But Jacob, he wanted to dwell in tents. He wanted to stay home. He was at home, you know what I mean, with his family. Yeah, he trying to play 2K. He chilling with his feet up playing 2K. You know what I mean? That's Jacob. But Esau, you know what I mean, you out here running amok. So when you get money, you get freedom to be able to do your heart's desire, you want to run amok. And you know what I mean, it ain't just enough for you to go out and you couldn't them deers and them goats that Esau was hunting in Genesis, that apparently wasn't enough. He had to go and you know what I mean, hunt people. He had to go and hunt children. You know what I mean, that's why these sex offender registries and that's why these Epstein files is full of white men. We just saw the stats, 99% white men.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't. And this is don't you ain't got to hear my words. You ain't got to listen to me because you know we just bitter. We just bitter black folk. I'm just a bitter poor black man. You know what I mean? Up here that you know what I mean. Apparently that hates our oppressor and this that and the third. I'm just you ain't got to listen to my words though. This is your brother, A Hammer. This is your you know what I mean. This is your family. This is a fellow. What do we read at the top? It said fellow white man. This is a fellow white man that's telling you about yourself. And if you love your children, if you love your nieces and your nephews, you should listen to this fellow white man and understand that you are the problem. You are the devil the Bible speaks of. Go ahead, read on.
Come.
Get that last sentence real quick, Baba Kasha.
You hit it again?
No, just the last sentence in that paragraph you just read after Donald Trump.
All right, gotcha. Come. And even the President Donald Trump, I could easily keep going, but I don't want the article to just be one giant list.
See, if he keeps on naming names, this whole article is just gonna be a list of white people who are just absolutely terrible. You know what I mean? Go to now let me get Isaiah 14 real quick. Now I'm gonna show you how the Most High is trying to save you from you. Because 99%, I mean, that's a pretty big number. You 99% of the you know what I mean sexual assaults, you know what I mean, and uh I mean 57% of sexual assaults are white people and 99% are white men. You know what I mean, it's might as well just said all of them. It's just white men that just can't just don't have self-control. You know what I mean? The Lord is trying to save you from you. You know what I mean? If you allow and this is the thing, white people are A Hammer is so ungrateful. Like, God, that you just read, you see every day on the news how there's you know what I mean, the judge that you respect and you hope puts Carmelo Anthony away for 35 years for defending himself. You hope that this judge makes sure that these brothers and sisters never see the light of day. You hope that these judges make sure that Hispanics can't get over here and deports them and separates from them from their families. You want you know what I mean, the budget for the police force and ICE and the military to increase so that they can continue to oppress blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I mean? Whole time the problem is right in your backyard. You are so ungrateful. What you got, Priest?
So just listening to you is just dawning in my mind. Like I'm just like you said, I've been listening to these chats and being these chats and listening to the comments. A lot of a lot of the oppressor, the devil, the Bible speaks, the white man, he always trying to fix black and Spanish and Native American problems. Like they always trying to fix our problems.
Right.
Like, but they have the main problem. They are they are the devils of the earth. You know what I'm saying? They were the sinners of the earth, the deceivers of the earth. They're already trying to worry about black, Hispanic, and Native American problem. I just couldn't understand that. Like all the atrocities you have done, all the things you have done, and all these numbers and percentages that pertain to you, all of the sexual deviant actions you have. Why you worrying about? We fix ourselves. You need to fix yourself. Don't worry about black, Hispanic, Native Americans. That's crazy.
Now what you said is, I'm gonna give him a hand. That's a heavy point. Like they always trying to fix your problems. Yet the problem is right there in your backyard. They trying to fix you. They always know. And the crazy thing is they trying to fix your problem and they the cause of your problems. They gonna redline you out of getting property and then loans and things to build businesses in Black, Hispanic, and Native American communities, and then they gonna tell you to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. You win every single war since the inception of America. You win every war for America, and then when you come out, they call you a coward. They call you no good. They call you lazy. Meanwhile, they're during the war, they cowering in a foxhole. You know what I mean? While you going out and you know what I mean, there's a brother, I believe Galvarino, he the one that strapped the sword, the knives to his stumps when he got his arms chopped off. He strapped swords to his stumps and kept fighting. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, Sam Houston, who they got plastered up on all over the Alamo, you know what I mean? He ran like a coward. You know what I mean? He died with his back to his enemy. You know what I mean? He died like a sissy. He died like, oh my God, he died like such a coward. You know what I mean? But then they tell you that you're a coward and that you're lazy and that you need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They the cause of all your problems, but they seem to have all the answers. You know what I mean? They prop themselves, they could the cause of all your turmoil and theirs, and then they prop themselves up as gods, as if they are all knowing. You know what I mean? And that's why white people are so ungrateful. You are so ungrateful, man, because you need salvation. White people need salvation. And we trying so desperately to give it to you. We go out and spend our weekends, you know what I mean, spend our money and our time, you know what I mean, going out to these different cities, you know what I mean, trying to teach white people salvation. We go out and it's a thankless job. You know what I mean? We get things thrown at us, we get yelled at, we get spit on, you know what I mean? We get arrested, doing all these things, you know what I mean? We get attacked in all these different ways, and we just trying to give white people salvation. And this is go ahead, read what you got in Isaiah, please.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers should be joined with them.
Mm-hmm. So this is the thing. So this is the salvation that black people look for. You know what I mean? This is what we need. We need first of all, we need freedom from you. You know what I mean? We need to be set in our own land, be separated from you, because you don't know how to play nice with other kids. You know what I mean? You don't know how to behave yourself. You don't have self-control. So for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to be able to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, we need to be separated from you, because you are terrible. But after we separated from you and set in our own land, go ahead,
Come,
strangers.
and the strangers shall be joined with them.
So after we're set in our own land and separated from you, guess who's going to be joined with us? Once we get salvation from our oppressor in the land of our captivity, you're going to be joined with us. The strangers shall be joined with them. Go ahead.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And you're going to cleave to the house of Jacob. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Mm-hmm. We're going to bring you to your place. We're going to have a special place for you. We're going to bring you to your place. Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
So we're going to possess you for servants and handmaids. That's the saith the Lord. That's what the Lord wants for you. See, you've been a terrible overlord to yourself. You've been a terrible parent. Hey, Hammer. You've been a terrible father and or mother. I don't know. You know what I mean? Our oppressive society is so crazy. You just they switch genders like they switch clothes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So you've been a terrible father, and you had a terrible father and a terrible mother and a terrible uncle. You know what I mean? And the Most High is trying to save our oppressor from themselves. by making you servants and handmaids to the most righteous people on this earth, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
Go ahead.
And they shall take them captive, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
We're going to rule over you. We're going to rule over our oppressors, because without rulership, without, you know what I mean, without tight oversight, then you see what you do. If without tight oversight, without a strict you know what I mean, without somebody strictly watching your behavior and monitoring you, you become 99% of the abusers. You become the 99% of sexual assault perpetrators. You know what I mean? That's what you become. You know what I mean? And because of that, you become the victims as well. That's what happens to you without constant oversight and constant monitoring of your behavior. And then guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna try to erase it. You're gonna do it and then try to sweep it under the rug, just like they did with the Epstein files. They was doing all those diabolical things, like all of those things that was done in the Epstein files. It was before and during, you know what I mean, Donald Trump's presidency. You know what I mean? And he's the president. And he spent the I mean the better half of the first year of his presidency trying to hide and cover up the diabolical things that he's done in those Epstein files. Even when they started to release the Epstein files, a lot of they were just heavily redacted. It was just blurb. It was just a block of black paragraphs with, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, little sentences here and there, but it was mostly redacted. You know what I mean? And then we had to go and jump through loops to get the, you know what I mean, to get the clear, the you know what I mean, the clear words that's actually in the files. And it was just the redaction, everything behind that black paragraph was just Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. And then, you know what I mean, then everything else. But that's what he fought tooth and nail to try to hide the diabolical things that he was doing up in there. You know what I mean? So like you was about to say something?
Now, if I could, I was gonna say that's a heavy point, because that's the same thing these pastors do. They fight tooth and nail to hide all they, like, that's the spirit here. It's just pure hypocrisy. Soon as he got, like, Donald Trump got elected in office with like 34 plus felonies. Soon as he gets in office, what does he do? He fires everybody in the IRS. Anybody that can do something to him or have a claim against his, with his, you know, deviancy or his illegalities, he just gets rid of them or just shuts them up. What did he do with the people from the, what was it, the January 6th insurrection? He pardoned all of them. Anybody that's, if you do anything with him, he just shows you that he's just a pure hypocrite and a liar. And he looks out for those same people. God. Just like a pastor, just like the Christian church.
Absolutely. And where did the Christian church get that from? Where'd they get that spirit from? They got it from, you couldn't be a Christian pastor without that spirit. Because, well, look what they did to what's the name, Nat Turner. You know what I mean? He was reading the Bible. He was like, wait a minute. What I'm reading in the Bible ain't matching up to what they're teaching and claiming to teach out of the Bible. And he wanted to become a revolutionary and you know what I mean, expose the lies of our oppressor and the lies that they teach that's in the Bible and the lies of the churches. And then what did they do to him? You know what I mean? They did what they've always done. They, you know what I mean, lynched him, but before they lynched him, they, you know what I mean, they beat him, they, you know what I mean, did all sorts, they tied him up and castrated him and made him eat his own genitalia and say it was delicious. And then they took his life, burned his body and ate him. You know what I mean? Please.
That's heavy. I'm gonna say his thinking, my mind's going. That's heavy what you're saying, because that was your oppressor wants you to believe. That's why Christianity is so. That's why it's so evil and so diabolical, because they want you. You know what I mean? They want you to forget all the things through the slave trade and all of Jim Crow. So they push the Christianity because now they want you to forget about that, and now God love everybody. So you know what I mean. So so you gonna have the so all the things I had done all my forefathers had done in the past. God loved me. Regardless of what I have done to Black, Hispanic, Native American. That was the wicked and diabolical thing is what I mean, just pushing that on you. Like I can be saved. I mean, I'm not gonna get justice. I mean, I ain't gonna get judged or justice. The Lord gonna get justice against me what my father have done because God love everybody. That was so wicked and diabolical. It just man, it's like
God.
I could too. Like that just shows to the point that Nat Turner, like the Bible will really, if you get into the scriptures and you are the people of the Bible and you believe, you'll like Nat Turner was illustrating the Holy Spirit. That's the real the courage to fight against the oppression from the word of God. Like against he fought against the entire world based off of what the word of God said. And that's why the faces of the judges have to be covered up. That's why what like the priest was saying, like that's why they do this. That's why they fight tooth and nail to make sure that we don't identify as anybody from the Bible, because you may get the courage too to fight against your oppressor.
God, I'll give him a hand. Just to that point, let me get Genesis 4:23. Hold that. If you could open a new tab, we're gonna come right back to that. But this is the spirit, and this is so what the word just said was. I mean, that's the reason why the Christian church is so filthy. Because if you have the audacity of 4:23, if you have the audacity to be, revolutionary, if you have the audacity to love your people and hate the things that your oppressor has done to them, if you have the audacity to not believe their lies, then they're going to make an example out of you. That's what they've always done. I mean, they don't teach you what they've done, but because then you would believe, oh, your oppressor is evil. You would start to believe it. You'll start to see it, and they'll start to be exposed, and they won't have a cover to hide behind. You know what I mean? But everybody that did have the nerve to stand up and not believe in the lies that they teach you in that Christian church, then they make an example. And that's why every Christian pastor, they are, they don't care about the color of Christ. They don't even care that he's a black man. First, they'll push the agenda, they'll push the lie that Christ ain't got no color. Or first they'll be like, oh, that's Christ. They'll point to that white Jesus on that wall and they'll be like, that's Christ. I don't know what this is my Jesus. You'll show them a picture of Christ or that white Jesus, Caesar Borgia, and then you'll be like, who is this? And they'll be like, oh, that's Jesus Christ. That's our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. They're going to damn near burst into tears. And then you're going to show them, Revelation, the first chapter, how Christ was a black man. They'll be like, oh, well, his color don't matter. Now his color don't matter. At first, you was cool with that white man, but now you see the truth in the Bible, and now it don't matter. That's why all Christians will fight for that agenda, because they tried to beat our courage out of us. That's what they tried to do. But the Lord, the Lord's people are stiff necked. We are hard headed. You know what I mean? That's why a couple days ago, what was it, last 2 weeks ago? We in hell. We can't pay our rent on time. We barely could put gas. I ain't got gas in my car right now. We are a paycheck away from being homeless. We seeing our brothers and sisters being lynched on the internet, huh? Yeah. we gonna push it to the end, man. You know what I mean? We seeing our brothers and sisters getting lynched all throughout the earth, and we on the internet making internet memes, acting like flies. Making jokes. We on the internet like this. How this fly sound like? Yeah. That's why your oppressor hates you, man. Because no matter how they just try to destroy you, they can't. They can't break your spirit, because you got the spirit of the Lord, man. You're the Lord's chosen people. It's like a priest. You had your hand up.
No, I was just gonna say, like, we was over there the other day just looking at clouds, talking about sandwiches, like, yeah. And we sure wish we had a sandwich, right? We just daydreaming about different types of sandwiches. That's how oppressed we are as a people, like,
real talk.
And like that's why heaven and hell are conditions, and there's so much in heaven They can be pedophiles and molesters, and you still look at them like the goddamn Avengers.
Right. God. Well, that's heavy. And that's the problem. See, your uncle came in, you know what I mean? Your white uncle came into your room and, you know what I mean, fondled every orifice on your body. And you still look at white people like they're just the greatest thing on this earth. You know what I mean? You look at them, you see white people and you see Captain America. You see you see the president of the United States. You know what I mean? You see Jesus Christ in your mind. When you look at white people, you see Jesus Christ in your mind. Even though that your uncle probably looked like Caesar Borgia. And it's crazy because Caesar Borgia was a sexual deviant. Not only did he what was that acronym? Rape, incest, abuse, and national. You know what I mean? He was all of those things. Yeah, it was he is him. He is the chief star of they tried to make him the star of the Bible. You know what I mean? The chief representation of the Bible. You know what I mean? But he is the chief representation of child abuse and sexual deviancy. And that's your God. That's who you look at as God. You know what I mean? Where was we at? This is why. This is where your oppressor's arrogance come from. Go ahead. 23.
The book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 23. And Lamech said unto his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken to my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt.
Go ahead.
Verse 24. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold.
So we were just talking about a second ago. We was talking about Cain. You know what I mean? The spirit of Cain and how your oppressor has the spirit of Cain, where Cain was the one that just didn't follow instructions. He knew exactly what the Most High wanted, you know what I mean, and how to serve the Most High, but he just didn't do it. And even though he was the one that decided that he wasn't going to do what the Most High said, his gripe was with his brother. He hated his brother for his shortcomings. You know what I mean? And that spirit, you know what I mean, that's the same spirit that your oppressor has. Now, fast forward to Lamech. Lamech is either the grandson or the great grandson of Cain. I mean, he comes from the same lineage that was cast off and banished, you know what I mean, from Adam and Eve's family. And he said, surely after he had slain a man, he had slain a young man. Surely if Cain, read that again, verse 24.
Come. Verse 24. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold.
This is where your oppressor's arrogance comes from. But surely they think that they're untouchable. They think that they're untouchable. You know what I mean? And I mean that's why they can have 34 felonies and then become the president of the United States. That's why they can be 99% of sexual deviancy and sexual abuse and still think that they're better than the you know what I mean, than the highest black man. What you got, Priest?
Slave, I have a question, Priest.
Please.
So during Cain and Abel time, so Cain live Abel, right?
Con.
So Cain buried the body, correct?
Con.
He hid the body. And when the Most High came and asked him, where's your brother? He said, I'm not your brother's keeper, right?
Con.
So my spirit on this is like, it's crazy because Cain is the white man has the spirit of Cain. And what Cain was doing by burying his brother, he was trying to hide the evidence. And that's what white people do today. They do wicked things and try to hide the evidence.
Con.
It's like it.
Con. That's absolutely what he did. Where He did this evil thing, just like these stats that we reading right now. Your oppressor will try to hide these and bury these and try to make it seem like you the super predator. And that's exactly what Cain did. He unalived his brother and then he was like, I don't know. My brother's keeper. You know what I mean? Then he got cursed. He got marked. And then he was like, anybody that see me gonna kill me. You know what I mean? Anybody that see me gonna want to kill me. And that's your oppressor. Because they are such an evil. I mean, the thing that they've done to not just blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, especially blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but they do these things to themselves. And that's why, as a matter of fact, get that video that I sent you. Should be the second email. But because your oppressor is so cruel and such an evil piece of garbage, you know what I mean? Everybody that sees your oppressor everybody that sees your oppressor hates them. And rightfully so, because the hatred and the disdain that they have from every nation of people on this earth, like the Chinese man hates the white man. You know what I mean? The African hates the white man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans hate the white man. The white man hates the white man. And it's a well-deserved hatred. You know what I mean? And this is why they do this. Go ahead and let that run real quick.
Tonight, chilling surveillance video edited and blurred by police shows the Twin Falls In-N-Out shooting that claimed the lives of 3 and injured 7 others. The 24-year-old shooter pulling up to the popular fast food chain's drive-through window in a white Honda Saturday afternoon, shooting and killing employee Ashley Garibai. Next, calmly walking up to this vehicle with a handgun, killing driver Christopher Clonch. This man seen running to confront the gunman is then shot. Police say he's former Twin Falls officer Austin James Scott. He survives. The gunman returning to the drive-thru, firing more rounds inside. Police say
this is a white man hunting and killing white people. And so much so, go ahead.
I was about to make a joke. He probably mad because they probably put mustard on his sandwich.
They had the nerve to put some flavor on his, he like it raw and bloody. He's like, I wanted just hand me the patty, don't even cook it. And they had the nerve and audacity to hand him a fully cooked In-N-Out burger, and he went on a rampage. You know what I mean? But so he's so evil. He's so, you know what I mean, full of bloodlust and hatred for his own people that you see a lot of the people that engaged with this devil, you know what I mean? It was an off-duty police officer. I think it was a retired state trooper, and it was just some pedestrian. All of these are white people. It was some pedestrian that came up here and tried to talk him down so that other white people can escape. Go ahead. Play the rest of it.
his gun jams. He goes to his car and retrieves a rifle. Inside the restaurant, sheer panic as this off-duty state trooper climbs over the counter with his gun, ushering employees to safety.
He is off.
He and the gunman exchange.
Hold on, pause there real quick. He's trying to just have a burger. Like, God damn. He didn't, you know what I mean? He a state trooper. He done did whatever he had to do to meet the status quo to be whatever it takes to be a police officer. And he off duty, man. And he just trying to sit down and have a goddamn sandwich in his kingdom. And because the devil is the devil, devils can't even enjoy their kingdom. He oh my God, he gotta hop over the counter with his firearm. Look at him. He got on his New Balances. What's the Avis? The A6. He got his A6 on with the, you know what I mean? He is off duty. He gotta pull his little pistol out like, God damn. The white man knows that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. Go ahead. Let's see what else.
Fire.
See who else day is
outside.
Disturbed.
The gunman runs and falls, getting back up, returning to the window, letting off another barrage of bullets. Video recorded by a witness shows the moment Good Samaritan Jordan Salinas also engages the gunman, forcing him.
So now, who knows what this who knows what this other person is? This devil is doing, but he just trying to enjoy his. Well, I think it was a Thursday or Friday. He's just trying to enjoy his Friday or his Thursday, and then he hear these gunshots going off. This In-N-Out burger that just opened up. I think it couldn't have been no more than, I think it was like 3 weeks old. And he hear these gunshots, and now this stranger who just trying to enjoy his kingdom, you know what I mean? George Washington, Christopher Columbus, Donald Trump all did diabolical things to make sure this kingdom is still standing. And he just trying to enjoy the fruits of the labor of his forefathers. And he can't even do that because the devil is out at a fast food restaurant shooting the place up. And now he has to come out of retirement. Now he has to come out of being off duty. Now he has to come from, you know what I mean, enjoying his leisure and engage with the devil, because the devil is the, you know what I mean, your oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Go ahead.
To run away. At a nearby Tesla charging station, the gunman shoots 3 additional people, killing Del Schultz inside his car. The shooter entering a visitor center. You see people crouching down, hiding just feet away. He leaves, engaging outside with a brave employee who appears to talk with the gunman. Police say that man distracted him long enough, allowing others to get away.
To that young man, you are a hero.
Where'd he go? That way?
The gunman is last seen going down a nearby trail, officers running close behind.
Hey, show me your hands!
This is the moment officers confront the gunman before police say he dies by suicide. Investigators praising.
How did he lose his life?
By suicide, sir.
By suicide. The white man is the devil to himself. He is the number one unaliver of himself. After he pillages and robs and sexually assaults everybody and, you know what I mean, abuses everybody that's, you know what I mean, in his field of vision, he goes and takes his own life. That's the oppressor. The oppressor is the devil to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He's a devil to fellow devils, to fellow white men, to fellow white children and white women. And then he's a devil to himself. And the Lord is trying to give you salvation from yourself. And let's go back to that Isaiah 14 real quick. And you just so ungrateful. You live in such a hell that you created that you will put a rifle in your own mouth and take your own life. You go out, this devil went out and sought devils to take the lives of. They will abuse themselves. They will abuse their own children. They will abuse their own women and their own brothers. They will go and pillage and rob each other and then put a gun in their own mouth. Go ahead.
It's like it, sir. The Bible do say Esau is the end and Jacob is the beginning.
Oh. I think you might be right about that, priest. I think you might know the Bible. Go ahead, read what you got.
You want to start from the top? You want 14 and 2?
Come
on, the book of Hosea, chapter 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Mm-hmm. And they shall take them captive, whose captive they were, and they shall rule over their oppressor.
See, this is the salvation that white people need. They need to be ruled over. They need to be put in subjection under the kindest people in this earth, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what they need. And if white people were in subjection, thus saith the Lord, like it says in Isaiah 14, if they were under subjection to the kindest people in this earth, then those 3 lives that was claimed at that In-N-Out burger, they would still be breathing today. Chad Williams, the gunman, he would still be alive today. He wouldn't feel obligated to put a gun in his mouth. You know what I mean? And those off-duty police officers and state troopers wouldn't have had to get up in they you know what I mean, in they shorts and they Asics, you know what I mean, and have to chase down a gunman. You know what I mean, even on duty police officers, you know what I mean, they don't train, they don't, you know what I mean, they don't run. Half of them is getting high anyway. You know what I mean? And they trying to cruise and get that, you know what I mean, that little check. And they trying to write parking tickets and oppress blacks and Hispanics. That's what they trying to do. But they couldn't just have a slow day that day. They had to run more than more than they had to run their entire employment with the police force. You know what I mean? Chasing down another devil, because the devil is so inconsiderate and so selfish to his own people. And that's why they have to be put under subjection under the kindest people in this earth. Please, Slack, you had your hand up.
But it's like so somebody in the chat, yeah, put Andre Mendez said that they're always trying to negotiate with their own because
Uh,
because they see their own face, they can't identify with them. But if there had been black, we would have been lit up 20 different directions simultaneously.
Con. See, all we gotta they mistaken your phone as a firearm. They mistaken a Jimmy John sandwich as a firearm. You know what I mean? You can't have Arizona and Skittles. That is a assault rifle and bullets to them. They see you with an Arizona, he got a gun. You know what I mean? And they don't feel safe. Meanwhile, this devil, not only did he have a rifle, he was able to pull up to the drive-through with a rifle, shoot through the window, and take the life of whoever what had the kindness to be able to serve him at that time. He took their life and then went and pulled out a sidearm and just took the life of the car in front of him just for the hell of it. And then that gun jams, and then he goes back and gets his rifle and shoots more into the in and out. That's the grace that he gets. But all it takes is for you to have uh, a sandwich. All it takes is for you to have your hands in your pockets. All it takes is for you to have some Lucy cigarettes or you know what I mean, to be standing outside the store. I don't know what George Floyd did. I can't even remember what they say he allegedly did to make him for Derek Chauvin to take his life. I mean, but all it takes is for you to just exist and stand there. All it takes is for you to be sitting in your house eating ice cream, and some devil got the wrong address and goes into your home. You know what I mean? All you got to do is have a fake. All it got to do is be a rumor that you have a firearm. You know what I mean? No matter how young you are, a rumor that you have a firearm or a rumor that you whistled at some white woman, and they're gonna take your life in the worst way possible. They're gonna make an example out of you. But he has a rifle and a sidearm, and he gets away with literal murder. I mean, the white man is the devil to the devil. And the sooner the devil can realize that, the sooner that you can get out of here too. Because the kingdom of heaven, you know what I mean, once blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are ruling in the earth, you know what I mean, as the most high intended, then this place won't be heaven. This place won't be hell anymore. It'll be heaven. And you won't be ruling the kingdom of heaven, white people. You won't be ruling it, but you won't be in the hell that you created either. And just like whoever wrote this article, you know what I mean, that's one hell of a better deal than the ones that you struck with yourself, you know what I mean, with each other. That's one hell of a better place than the one that Donald Trump has created. You know what I mean, and that's all we trying to give you, A Hammer, and all you white people in the you know what I mean, in class tonight. Is it any more on that?
Allah, sir.
Give me 21.
21 and what?
No, chapter 14, verse 21.
Oh, gotcha. I think it's- Yeah, Paris Slaughter. Ready for it?
Go ahead.
Come on, the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers.
For their what?
For the iniquities of their fathers.
See, this judgment that's coming on our oppressor is well deserved for the iniquity of your father. See, you thought that you was gonna get away with it. Cain thought he was gonna get away with it. You know what I mean? And then his grandson, Lamech, he thought he was gonna get away with it. He said, surely Cain was avenged sevenfold, and surely I'll be avenged 70 times 7. You know what I mean? You thought that you thought that you were gonna be, you know what I mean, protected forever. But what you don't realize is that the Lord was reserving you for his judgment. You know what I mean? And this is his judgment. First, you're going to serve blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, thus saith the Lord. Then after you're finished serving, you know what I mean? After he gives you double what you gave to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, then he's going to read that again.
Oh, come. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers.
For his children. So you thought that because your founding fathers are dead. You thought that because what's his name? George Washington ain't here no more. You thought that because Thomas Jefferson ain't here no more. And you know what I mean, all those forefathers that kicked off. You thought Christopher Columbus, because he's not here no more, you got away with it. Oh, that was so long ago. You thought that you thought it was over. But the Most High is a God of justice, and he said, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. Why? Because you are your fathers. You know what I mean? Lamech, you know what I mean? He knew that he was protected because of his grandfather's Cain. You know what I mean? He came from that lineage, and he knew that his family would be protected. You know what I mean? But just like, you know what I mean? Just like he was protected, you know what I mean, from anybody else taking vengeance on him and save for the day of the Lord, is the same way your oppressor today is being saved for the day of the Lord, man. And that's justice. That's righteousness. And that's salvation for white people. That's how you're going to be saved. Being under the foot of your new overlords, the children of the slaves. What you got, priest?
Like the Bible also said, do not forget the days of old. You know what I'm saying? This is what is tied into this scripture right here. And see, the law ain't gonna forget the days of old, what you have done to his people. So like,
yeah, y'all thought the Lord forgot. That's what your oppressor depends on the Lord forgetting. He depends on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans forgetting. He depends on, you know what I mean, him being able to erase your culture and your history so that you forget. But the Lord remembers. Oh, please.
Good too. Why he tells his people to never forget.
Right.
Never forget 9/11. Never forget all of the any time that somebody come against them, but you forget when we come up against you, when they come up against us.
God, I give him a hand. And that's the whole point. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. They are experts in trying to make you forget, but you know what I mean, make you forget their crimes and their iniquity. But they ain't gonna forget. They ain't gonna forget you know what I mean, any atrocity or anybody that comes against them. And that's fine. That's fine. You know what I mean? The Lord gonna get his back. You know what I mean? He gonna make sure his people get, you know what I mean, get it back in blood. Salakia. Let me get Obadiah real quick. Obadiah in the 10th verse about the shah. Or actually, you know what? Let me get Proverbs 29:2. Because what you don't understand, hey, yo, star. What you don't understand is that, you know what I mean, you think that, you know what I mean, you think that our disdain for our oppressor comes from your skin color. You know, we think that, and that's another thing too. Your oppressor, he'll hate you for your skin color. You know what I mean? In the 1700s, they made just all black people, you know what I mean, slave. At one point, you know what I mean, you was able to buy your you was able to buy your freedom, or you was able to marry into freedom. You know what I mean? We was able to That's why the Battle of the Alamo happened, because we was able to marry Mexicans who were free. You know what I mean? We were able to marry the Native Americans and be free, and vice versa. You know what I mean? If you was a free so-called black man, you was a free Hispanic, you was able to marry the Native Americans into freedom. But then eventually they were just like, nah, if you black, then you a slave. You a perpetual slave. You know what I mean? But then that's the system that they set up, and then they try to persecute us for calling the white man the devil. I mean, we only call you white because you call you white. You coined that phrase white man, you know what I mean, as an attack on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I mean? But you think that even them, like we only call you white because you call you white. But we don't hate you because of your skin. We hate you because of your violence against your brother Jacob. Against you for your violence. The Lord hates you because of your violence against the children of Israel. You know what I mean? Who name was formerly Jacob. You know what I mean? That's why he hates you. You know what I mean? And that's why he's bringing his judgment on you. But what you don't understand is this is salvation for you. This is salvation from everybody who was a victim of Chad Williams that day at that In-N-Out burger. And whoever was the owner of that In-N-Out burger at that time. You know what I mean? Because I believe again it was just open. Can't even open an establishment without the devil ruining it. You know what I mean? This is white salvation. Please go ahead, read what you got. Or you had something you want to say?
That's like I know you want to entertain this question. It's not on topic. He asking why we rock the outer star of the oppressor, talking about the shield of David. Right here. This guy right, he said, why are y'all rocking the idol star of the oppressor?
Well, you would have to show me where this is an idol. Because, I mean, it's a lot of things that your oppressor says, and we just take it as law. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. We say, only God can judge me. You know what I mean? That's not in the Bible. That's Tupac. What's another one? We say, God loves everybody. It's not in the Bible. You say, Christ died for everybody. Christ said out of his mouth, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So there's so many different, you know what I mean, colloquial ideologies and terms and things like that and phrases that are said that claim to come out of the Bible that are just simply not true. And the shield of David, this isn't a star. The shield of David, the seal of Zion, you know what I mean? That's just another one of those things where they say that this is an idol or they say that this is a star, and it's just simply not true. So you would just have to first show me where it says that this is an idol. But what I would advise to you is that you just, I mean, I don't know if this is a brother or not. Is this a brother or sister?
I don't know. I can't.
Or is this a devil?
He never identified. I can't tell. I can't see.
If you're a brother or sister, I recommend you just come to class. I mean, what city you in? What city and state you in? And I guarantee we could get you connected with the classes, and you can just come to class and you can ask your questions in person, or you can you know what I mean, you can get a lengthy in-depth. We could comb through this Bible together. You know what I mean? If you prove your sincerity.
He said David didn't recognize that idol.
That's not the question I asked you. You got to pay attention. I need to know what I'm trying to, if you want to know, we can talk about it. Just come to class. We can comb through this Bible together, and we can you know what I mean? We can show you exactly all the misunderstandings that the Christian church was forced to teach you. You know what I mean? That your oppressor, that the devil, you know what I mean, pushed on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans so that our name will be no more remembrance. You know what I mean? And that this shield of David, the seal of Zion, would lose its honor. That's the whole point. You know what I mean? But we could comb through this Bible and find out why so that this shield of David can gain its honor back. Because you think that this is a idol. That's an example of the shield of David losing its honor, the seal of Zion losing its honor. You know what I mean? So if you would just follow instructions, you know what I mean, and just let me know whether, first of all, I need to know whether your brother or sister. Are you a black Hispanic, so-called black Hispanic and Native American? And if so, what city or state you in? And we can get you the help that you want. You know what I mean?
So like I said, I'm sure he probably wear that rosary around his neck with
Oh.
that cross.
Yeah, that's an idol.
That's an idol there.
That is absolutely an idol.
But you get your like it's like what you wearing something that your king been crucified on. You know what I'm saying? Like you like your kid get shot with a bullet, you get shot with a gun. You're gonna represent a gun on your neck or a bullet on your neck? That's crazy.
Well, yeah, if you're a brother or sister, I recommend that you get in class and you know what I mean, you can learn the truth according to the Bible. You can learn the truth about this shield of this seal of Zion. As you can learn.
Yeah,
but if you're a devil, what's up?
So we got another question from someone else.
Okay, no sweat. But if you're a devil, then you should get real acquainted and with your new slave masters. You know what I mean? You should get acquainted with the salvation of the Lord that belongs to you, to devils. You know what I mean? That's just assuming if you are a devil. You know what I mean? You still haven't answered the question and told me who you are. But that's just, you know what I mean? If that's your question, that's your answer. You know what I mean? If those are your two options. You either are invited, if you're a black, Hispanic, and Native American, to learn your culture. But if you're a devil, then you should get acquainted with the salvation of the Lord that he has for you, which is servitude. All right. What's that next question?
Question is that can there ever be saved? Should we ever waste the energy as anywhere our person go, anywhere they are initially welcome, their hatred and evilness take over, then they take over. And then he said that he's from Austin, Texas, and they new to Isupk.
Okay. I didn't quite understand the question. If you can just try and rephrase it and make it as succinct as possible. And I'll answer it to the best of my ability. I just didn't. It was a lot of. It was reverse. Let me see.
See it? See it? So I don't know if you're talking about oppression. Can they ever? You said should they ever?
You said it looks like, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like you're asking, can white people be saved? Should we waste our time?
Right.
They can. They're gonna be saved, but just not in the way that you think. Not in the way that Christians think. Like Christians think that Christ is going, you know what I mean? You think Christ is gonna come back and save everybody and make everybody love each other and hug each other. That's not the salvation that's for white people. White people are going to be saved in the exact way we just read in Isaiah the 14th chapter. Their salvation is that they're not going to have to worry about being unalived by their oppressor. They're not going to have to worry about Chad Williams going to the window of an In-N-Out burger with the AR and shooting employees. They're not going to have to worry about living in a world where an off-duty police officer can't just sit down and enjoy a burger. They're not going to have to worry about some civilian just, you know what I mean, just chilling in his car trying to charge his Tesla, and then he hear gunshots in a place where he shouldn't hear gunshots. And now he has to draw his firearm and defend, you know what I mean, the defenseless, you know what I mean, at a burger joint. That's their salvation. They're not going to have to worry about that. But they are going to have to serve and build the kingdom for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's their salvation. So we go out there, we teach, and everywhere we go, white people don't understand their place. Like, they don't understand their place in this earth. They think that Donald Trump is king and You know what I mean? Christ is a white man and God loves everybody, and they think that they're the, you know what I mean, superior. They think that we're the threat, that we're the monsters in this earth. They don't understand their place in this earth. So we go out every week, and you said you're new to the ISUPK, so I don't know if you're a young man or a trooper, but if you know what I mean, you come to camp, you come to class, and you'll see us teach, you know what I mean, we teach white people too.
This is a sister thing. She said, "Well, Sister Candy here, black. She's black.
Okay, most on Christ. Oh, is that
That's her here.
the one that asked about the shield, or is
No,
that
no,
the,
no.
the
The
other
other one,
question?
the other one is right here. You just answer it.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
guy, the shield guy is back on. He gave you a scripture. He gave you Amos 5, verse 23 through 27.
Oh my God. Is that really where we want to go? Go ahead. Go ahead. We could go to and I guarantee you, like, I asked you to show me where it says that this is an idol. This particular, the seal of Zion is an idol. And where you just took me shows me where you just took me shows that first of all, this Amos 5 has nothing to do with the shield of David, but it has everything to do with idols and the stars of these idols. Just like the Christian church, right? They say Christianity, you know what I mean, they teach that God loves everybody and you know what I mean, Christ died for everybody and this, that, and the third. Who is the star of Christianity? I'll ask you a simpler question. I don't know, what's your favorite sport? Your favorite sport? Let's say your favorite sport is basketball. Who is the star of the NBA? I mean, you can't talk about basketball without mentioning Michael Jordan. You can't shoot a paper ball into the garbage can without saying what? What you gonna say? You gonna ball up a piece of paper and throw it in a garbage can? And you gonna say what? I'm asking anybody in the room. Oh no, okay.
Slack was a pen. Slack was it against her?
You ball up a piece of paper and throw it in the garbage can. What you gonna say when you throw that ball of paper in the garbage can?
You probably say swoosh.
Or you gonna say somebody's name.
Oh yeah, you can probably say. I'm gonna say Michael Jordan or Kobe.
You gonna be Kobe?
Yeah, LeBron.
That's what you're gonna do. Why? Why are you gonna say Kobe?
Because he's a star of the NBA.
Because he's the star of the NBA. When you think of Christianity, when you say, "Nah, lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep." When you pray, who do you think of in your mind? If you're a Christian, you think of Caesar Borgia, white Jesus. Why? Because he is the. Go ahead.
He's the star of Christianity.
He's the star of Christianity. Now go ahead and what you got?
23, 5.
For you to understand this, go ahead up to I believe 20. But where did he go?
He said he told 5, and he said go to Amos 5 and 23 to 27, which is what you was talking about before.
Yeah, go ahead. So this is okay. So you go up to 5 and to the top of the chapter, or where I think 20. He said, "I hate and despise your feast days, and I will not smell at your solemn assemblies."
Right.
This scripture, this chapter is talking about idol worship, because the Most High gave you feast days in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. He gave you feast days, but he despises your feast days because he didn't give you the 4th of July. Those are your feast days. He didn't give you Thanksgiving. Those are, well, we coming up on Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas, Labor Day.
Mhm.
Those are your feast days. And he despises your feast days because those are what's tied to idols. This ain't got nothing to do with the shield of David. This is talking about your feast days and the thing that you choose to honor and celebrate. So go ahead, 20, what do you say, 23? Come. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I would not accept them. See, you offer burnt offerings and meat offerings. You know what I mean? Thanksgiving. I'm sure you celebrate Thanksgiving, don't you? Let me just say, do you celebrate Thanksgiving? Yes or no? Do you celebrate Thanksgiving?
I said,
I just want to know if you celebrate Thanksgiving. That's all. Are you about to prepare to celebrate Thanksgiving and holiday? Do you allow your children to go trick or treating? Are you about to put that Christmas tree up in your house? I just need a yes or no. You know what I mean? 'Cause I want to get to know you. I want to know a little bit more about you and who I'm talking to. But anybody that's celebrating Thanksgiving or Christmas or Halloween, that is the idol. That is the burnt offering and the meat offering that the Most High hates. Those are your feast days that He despises. You know what I mean? Go ahead, read on.
you go straight to verse 23 or read 22?
You can read the rest of it.
All right, though ye offer me burnt offering and your meat offering, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace of offering of your fat beasts.
You gonna offer a lot of fat beasts. You gonna have that pig on the table with the apple in his mouth and got the stuffing up his behind. You know what I mean? You gonna offer that to the Most High. He is not happy with that. You know what I mean? You're gonna bring that tree into your household and put the presents up underneath it, and He is not happy with it. Go ahead.
Verse 23. Take thy away from me the noise of thy songs.
You gonna hear them songs, them Christmas carols, and the Thanksgiving songs, and the Mariah Carey. They gonna run Mariah Carey into the dirt for these next 4 or 5 months, all the way up until New Year's and Valentine's Day. There you go. You gonna hear "I Don't Want Enough for Christmas." You gonna hear Mariah Carey. He hates those songs. He don't want to hear that. Take away from me the noise of thy songs. Go ahead.
For I will not hear the melody of thy vows.
So hopefully you get a little bit more of the context of what we going on here. I still haven't seen the Shield of David anywhere, but this is talking about your feast days,
right?
And the ones that you put before the Most High God. So you don't celebrate the Passover. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving though, and Christmas, and you know what I mean, Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, and you know what I mean, all these different things? Did you celebrate Juneteenth and then turn around and celebrate the 4th of July? I just want a yes or no. You know what I mean? But that's what this is talking about. Still haven't heard the Shield of David. But go ahead.
Verse 24.
Oh, you get right to the point, to Molech.
All right. Uh, 26. Oh, yeah, 26. Verse 26. But ye have borne the tabernacle of Molech.
The what?
Tabernacle of your Molech.
The tabernacle of Molech. See, that's what we do. At that time, you know what I mean? Just like right now, we worship white Jesus, you know what I mean, in that Christian church. We become Muslim, you know, we become Hindu, you know what I mean? We lock our hair, get dreadlocks and things like that. We bear the tabernacle of Molech. You know what I mean? We build these super churches, these mega churches to the Christian church. You know what I mean? And Molech was just an idol. It was an idol. It was a fake God that we made instead of serving the real, true, living God. You know what I mean? And we did the same thing that you see in the Christian church. You know what I mean? Just like Aaron in the wilderness. You know what I mean? We built those 2 calves and worshiped them in the wilderness. I mean, that's what we do. When we want to envy our oppressor and we miss our captivity. That's a problem. We miss captivity. That's what happened in Egypt. That's what happens in you know what I mean, in America, where we know that the Christian church has been lying to us all these years and we just can't let it go. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Molech is no different. Go ahead.
And tune your images.
Chin your images. Who is Chin? It doesn't say the Star of David or the Shield of David or the Seal of Zion. It doesn't say that, but it does say chin your images, comma. Go ahead.
The star of your it's like the star of your God.
Who is Chin?
The star of your God.
Who is Caesar Borgia?
The star of your God.
Who is what's his name? Elijah Muhammad?
the star of your God.
Who is Santa Claus?
The star of your God.
That's all this is talking about. It's us worshiping another God and making a star to that God. You know what I mean? A chief representation of this God and this religion that we made up. That's all this is talking about. Now I don't see a shield of David anywhere. So this isn't a star. This is a shield. It is a seal of Zion.
Right. Man.
I haven't seen the seal of Zion anywhere in here. I haven't seen the Star of David anywhere in here, but I do see Chien, the Star of your God. That's what this is talking about. I hope that helps you out a little bit.
So like it, sir. Like you gave him the beginning with this chapter talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like how can you pull? I don't understand how he's pulling out the shield of David to be a star. Like it's just talking. It's talking about auto worshiping.
God,
Like
that's all it's talking about.
What is he talking about? I was like, that's why we go back to Christianity, teaching false doctrine, people picking this stuff up and then running with this stuff and try to debunk the people with the truth.
Mm-hmm. Did he ever answer whether he celebrate Christmas?
No, he
that might be the problem. Like if you celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and the 4th of July and you know what I mean, Valentine's Day and Halloween and all of that, then you're not going to be able to understand this.
And then he's like he then goes to Psalms 28 verse 7.
I just need to know whether he celebrates these holidays, and that's the reason why I'm trying to help you out here. You know what I mean? Because I mean, how many times? You know what I mean? I've been in the truth for a short time, but I've had to break this down. You know what I mean? God damn. I mean, how many times do I got to break this down? This is right here in this building at this podium. We've had to break this. We have to give this breakdown. Every other class, somebody's asking about the Shield of David. Damn the fact that we, you know what I mean, that your oppressors that just shot up a In-N-Out burger. Forget about that. Forget about the fact that your oppressor is leading in child molestation and sexual abuse. And 99% of those abusers are men. And that is their flavor of white on white crime. Forget about all of that. What's up with this Shield of David though? What you got?
So like as that what you're saying, it just I'm saying here thing, it's just the idea that you just based on the whole class, you wearing the Shield of David because making you look different than what they want you to be like. They want you to wear that Caesar Borgia on the cross. That's what he wants you. And he's so pissed off that you wearing this and you being different. That you know who you are. You know who you are. And you ain't no spick and no gangster and whatever he wants you to be. And he got you wearing the Shield of David, and he wants you to wear the dog on Caesar Borgia on the cross. That's what it's all about. How dare you, Negro, to be different? It's like
no, that's heavy, and that's why I really just want to know if you would just be honest and tell me whether or not you celebrate these holidays that I mentioned. Then it would make so much sense. It would make sense to you, and it would make sense to everybody in the chat, and it will makes more sense. I mean, we already know what the answer is, but if you would just say it out your mouth, then you would have a breakthrough. And you can't have this breakthrough because, I mean, you if you are Black, Hispanic, or Native American, you are a slave to your oppressor, and you can't see it. But if you're a devil, then you are rejecting the salvation of God by loving your oppressor and challenging it's so ungrateful. I mean, I'm trying to save white people. I'm God damn, y'all want a salvation so bad. Y'all want a salvation to be for everybody so bad. Here it is. This is salvation for everybody. But our salvation just look a little bit different than the salvation of white people. Our salvation looks like the changing of the guard. We're coming from the bottom, and your oppressor is falling from the top. And we're going to meet him at his coming. It's going to be a revolution, meaning the people on the bottom go to the top. You know what I mean, that's our salvation. And your salvation is you won't have to worry about Chad Williams shooting up your In-N-Out burger. If you're a retired police officer, if you're an off-duty straight trooper, or you're just some you know what I mean, you're just some devil with a gun walking up the street, you're a licensed gun owner, or you're a legal gun owner, you won't have to worry about drawing your off-duty firearm to try to defend white people from white people. That's your salvation. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, that's I mean, take it or leave it. But with that, is it anything else we should address in the comments before we get out of here?
Nah, sir. He just it's not to address.
Oh,
He brought up Psalms 28 and 7. I know you want to go to that, but
you know, I just need to know if you celebrate Christmas. I just need to know where you getting your Christmas tree from this year.
I don't know who's this.
And then we could answer whatever question you got after that. But you got to be polite. You got to be courteous. I answered your question. You have to answer my question. You know what I mean, that's how dialogue works. You know what I mean, so you gotta show some decorum and some you know what I mean, some integrity. Just answer my question, and then we could talk about whatever you want to talk about. Let me get Proverbs 29 while we waiting for him to not answer my question,
I got it.
and then we're gonna get up out of here.
Salakia. The book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
This is the salvation of white people. When the righteous are in authority, the people will rejoice. And I know devils, I know y'all wanna lose y'all seat. I understand it. I get it. You know what I mean, who wants to go from being a first class citizen to, you know what I mean, last class? Who wants to do that? But that is the salvation of the Lord, because when the righteous are in authority, the people will rejoice. The animals will rejoice. The sea will rejoice. You know what I mean? The sky, the air will rejoice. You know what I mean? The birds will rejoice because they don't have to worry about devils. The devil will rejoice because the devil won't have to worry about the devil being a devil anymore. Is there any more on that?
Sir.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And that's what's happening right now. Those people in that In-N-Out burger, they're mourning because the wicked bear rule, because Donald Trump bears rule, because Caesar Borgia bears rules in the mind of what's bro name?
This dude here,
The
Dewan Williams.
Yeah, he bears rules in bro head, and that's why the people mourn. You know what I mean? That's why those people, those Edomites in the In-N-Out burger in Idaho. You know what I mean? Idaho, you know, ain't no black folks in no Idaho.
All right.
That's why Charlie Kirk mourned. You know what I mean? What was that, Utah? No black folks in Utah. Everybody claimed, swearing up and down, that black people is the problem. There wasn't no black people that took the lives of those people in that In-N-Out, or took the life of Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? And those people, Charlie Kirk's wife was mourning. You know what I mean? She had a strange way of doing it, but she was mourning. The people who loved Charlie Kirk, they was mourning. Why? Because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And he's the devil to black people, and he's the devil to white people. But if only there was a changing of the guard, if only there was somebody who was kinder in authority, then the world wouldn't have to mourn. Or with that, make sure you like, share, subscribe to whatever channel that you're watching on. Share it with your loved ones, share it with your family, share it with your friends, share it with your enemies. You know what I mean? You know, Lord willing, the enemies of the Lord can learn a little something. You know what I mean? With you a brother, you can learn. You a brother or sister, you can learn a little bit about our culture. If you're a devil, you can learn a little bit about your culture too. How evil you've been to not only black people, but you've been evil to yourselves. You know what I mean? With that, we're gonna go ahead and give a courtesy salute to the brothers with the Vizra Majum, which means to stand. Majum Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh Shimi Al Shabrakton, Yadamatai, Sar, return to the sister, Amajum, we have a courtesy salute to the sister. The Vizra Majum Shabbat, Amajum, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Latam Ba Shimi Al Shab. Yeah, the top. Yeah, it's this.
They give 30% to a pastor that bought just a brand new luxury car and molested their kids. So,
Wait, 30?
They gonna get a damn pastor whatever he asks for.
Fuck the 10, they go 30? God damn.
Shit, here in Israelite school, you learn practical knowledge. We just do what the Bible say, 10%. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's it,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
See, look, all y'all out there, y'all need to go ahead and put all that away. I know y'all giving y'all money to the drug man, to that pimp of a pastor you got, but the world's about to end, and you're going to see Christ very soon. Are you going to be up there and standing in front of him saying, yeah, I gave all my money to this fake pastor, even though I seen all the evil he did? Or you going to give your money to some righteous men of the Lord? Pay your tithes to the ISUPK, and then sleep soundly at night knowing that maybe the thief ain't going to take you.
Damn right.